Let's talk about CandyAishii and AISHI. CandyAishii and AISHI were twin sisters, born in 1890. They both suffered from the same hereditary condition as the rest of their bloodline. They each developed very different personalities. Although Hiki was kind and gentle, Kugi was cold and could seem almost heartless at times. One day, Hiki shared wonderful news with Kugi. She had fallen in love with a boy. Shockingly, Kugi had similar news to share. She had also encountered a boy. It didn't take long for both of them to realize the truth. They had both fallen in love with the same boy. Hiki was completely unwilling to give the boy away to anyone, but if that other person was her sister, she might be willing to compromise. Hiki proposed the idea of sharing the boy. However, Kugi was completely unlike her sister. There was not a sentimental bone in her body, and she was completely unwilling to compromise or share. Kugi slit her sister's throat before she could even process what was happening. As Kugi watched her sister bleed out on the floor, she did not feel a single ounce of sorrow. Rather, all she could feel was sadistic joy. Just 2 years later, in 1910, Kugi gave birth to her first daughter, AZEBIKI. AZEBIKI'S face and mannerisms. Kugi saw Hiki. It was almost as though her slain sister had been reincarnated. The older that AZEBIKI grew, the more uncomfortable Kugi became with her own daughter. This discomfort caused Kugi to become very distant towards AZEBIKI. Kugi's second daughter, born 13 years after the first, in 1923, was much more like herself. In fact, the girl was almost a mirror image of her mother. Kugi lived an unusually long life. She didn't die until 2012, at the age of 122.